It's my great honor to introduce a fellow Georgian and our first speaker of the day, the Honorable Doug Collins, Secretary of the Department of Veterans Affairs. Secretary Collins has dedicated his life to service and supporting those who have served in our armed forces. A proud Iraq veteran, war veteran, and a former U.S. representative from Georgia, Doug Collins brings a wealth of experience and a strong commitment to improving the lives of our veterans. Since assuming his role as Secretary of the VA, he has focused on expanded access to quality health care, improving benefits processing, and strengthening efforts to end veteran homelessness. Under his leadership, the department has taken actions aimed at streamlining services, increasing transparency, and fostering innovation to better serve our nation's veterans, service members, and their families. A former U.S. Navy reservist, Secretary Collins continues to lead those in uniform as a colonel in the United States Air Force Reserve, where he is still serving as a chaplain. Please join me in welcoming to our stage for the first time, the 12th Secretary of the Department of Veterans Affairs, the Honorable Doug Collins.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hey, everybody.
I'm going to give you a salute.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. So good to see you. Well, good morning, everybody. How we doing? I'm pretty scared right now because I grew up a trooper's kid in Georgia and I see true troopers right in front of me. My daddy's 31 years. I learned that I fought the law and the law won every time. I tell you, it's good to be here this morning. It's good to be the Secretary of VA, and it's good to be with my colleagues and friends and others in the VFW. Because I'm here to tell you one thing, that is, I've been here 6 months. This is my sort of 6-month work here. And by the way, I don't work real well behind the podium, so I'm not sure where I'm going to end up. I already feel cramped in here. When you understand what we're about at the VA, when I understand 6 months ago I swore into that oath and President Trump told me, I said, Mr. Trump, I said, President, what do you want me to do? He said, I want you to take care of my veterans. I said, that's easy, sir. We'll take care of that. 6 months ago when I swore in, I said there was going to be one thing and one thing that was going to be true. At the VA, no matter what you may have thought of it, what you may have had of it, we're understanding that the VA is a large bureaucratic organization. But ever since February 5th, when I swore in, I said there'll be one truism, and that is the veteran will always be the center focus of the VA, no longer our organization, no longer our stuff. It's about what the veteran needs, and the veteran will always come first at the VA. I'm tired of a time in which we have, and I know there's media here and there's others, and I'm sort of tired of a country that has had so many times that the things that we give our veterans, we give them this and we give them that. I don't know about you in this VFW hall this morning, but I want you to know something. You don't give a veteran anything. They have earned everything that they have got. And they will continue to get it every single day from this VA. And also, if you haven't noticed, and my wife is not here, so she can't stop me from moving around as much, I don't sit still real well. And when you get to an organization like the VA, they put you in this nice office, and it's a nice office. Anybody want to come up to D.C., come see me. I'll be happy to show you my office. It's your office, not mine. I'll show it to you. But they want me to sit in this office, Al. In a Georgian, that's just tough. So I sit in that office, and I look around. They give me the reports. Carol, and here's the report, sir. What do you think about this? I said, well, that's nice. And they give me another report, and they have this all brandished out, and they do the PowerPoints. And about one page through the PowerPoint, I stopped them. Now, the first month or so, this was causing panic among the VA. Because instead of asking and just listening to the report and receiving the report and saying, well, that is very nice. Let's continue to do the things we've always done at the VA. I became the greatest 4-year-old in the world again. Because they would tell me something and I would say, why? Why? And just about like this room right now, y'all are scared too because it was crickets. They didn't know. I love you guys up here, but I'm tired of this. when they don't understand that there is an issue, when there is time, because I come out, and when I said why, I didn't mean why are you here. I meant why are we doing what we're doing? I'm tired of watching a VA, an organization that is the greatest, I think healthcare can be the greatest healthcare organization in the world. It is the largest, but every time we keep doing stuff the same way, and getting the same results and wondering, well, that's just the way it is. I'm telling you right now, I'm not a VA secretary who's committed to the same old, same old. I'm committed to a VA that is the largest healthcare system, that is the largest provider of benefits, and we're going to act like it, and we're going to become the standard for what everybody else in the healthcare ought to be, because I'm not going to settle for just the getting by anymore. Our veterans deserve so much more. So I also have made a plan that I don't lead from Washington, D.C. This is my 21st state in 6 months. I visited almost 80 of our different organizations, from our VAMCs to our CBOCs to our vet centers. By the way, my vet centers, just for y'all to know, I love my vet centers because they're out on the front line. They take care of every veteran. They don't care when they come in. I love my vet centers. If you can work in a vet center or help in a vet center, please go look at our vet centers. They're our front line. I've looked at our VBA organization, our benefits organization, and then our cemetery folks. And I've been out in groups just like yours. I've been to VFW Post. I've been to Legion Post. I've been all over saying, I want to hear from you. You tell me. And one of the things I found out is they like to tell the secretary what they want to hear. Except I just have one problem. Again, I go back to my basic question, that is why. So when I'm out with our hospitals, I ask them, instead of saying what you're doing well, I say, what are you having trouble with? And so I'm also one who doesn't take a lot of situations of just standing still and waiting, because I don't wait on anybody when it comes to the VA. I've been given an opportunity, and I believe it is that, an opportunity to serve, an opportunity in my heart to minister, and I'm not going to waste a minute of what I've been given if I cannot make it better for the veteran. Now that means that of a time and a service that sometimes you have to look at your organizations. And I know some of you were concerned, and I know some of you had a lot of questions going on, and that's fine. I understand. When we started talking about reorganization, we started talking about our structure, we talked about lead, and then it was fed by people in the media who wanted to fester and cause problems and lie about us. I'm going to tell you one thing right now. As long as I'm Secretary of VA, I don't care what office you hold in Congress or anywhere else, you lie about the VA or you lie about my veterans, you're going to have to answer to me, because I'm tired of the VA being the whipping post for everybody, because we're going to make it better so that you have it better. When we understand that, that means that we had to look at a structure and an organization that had just grown, and a lot of stuff spent to it, but with no real results. You know, when I came in, we had grown in the last 4 to 5 years, hundreds of thousands of employees and hundreds of billions of dollars of people. But you know what? Our metrics are going the wrong way. And I can go and ask you, your wait times were getting longer. Community care was non-existent for the last 4 years. By the way, let me interject right now. Community care is back at the VA. We are making it easier for you to get the treatment you need between you and your doctor, and we're not going to stop at anything to make sure you get the treatment you need. It is not satisfactory if my VA keeps asking and wanting, hey, can you stay here? Can you stay here? If you and your doctor, best medical interest was put in on August 1st, and if you and your doctor determine that you need to go to community care, guess what? You go straight to community care, no secondary referral, you go straight there. I'm not waiting on Congress, I'm doing it now. As we look at it as well, one of the things we found out in community care, and even as we were looking at these time waits and the things that were going on, we had the people, we had all the money, but the numbers were the wrong way. So I asked the simple question is, if we have all the money and we have all this, then why are the numbers going backwards? And you know what I found out? We had them in the wrong place. We had too many in places we were looking at. So we did and many of you had heard our reduction in force. Well, after we determined we're going to give early retirement and let those that want to leave, and we protected over 350,000 positions in our hospitals and our disabilities, we ended up with a reduction of about 30,000. The RIF is over, and we're ready now to function as we need to function, and that is an organization that is streamlined, focused on one thing and one thing only, and that is you, the veteran. We're organizationally a bureaucratic organization. Can I get an amen? Amen. Is there Marines in the room? Oh, come on. Are there Marines in the room? God. I mean, I come in here and get, we're going to get fired up. Anybody, Marines are going to bark at me at least a little bit. But when we get this, the part where we have to say what is working best and what can we do. So after that, we're now looking at our structure. And we're streamlining it so that our doctors at the field, our hospitals in the field, don't have to worry about sending up things and say, well, we never heard back. We don't know how to change. I can't emphasize to you enough, I'm not waiting on Congress to do what we can do already internally, because this is what I found. We could have done a lot of this a long time ago. You deserve a lot better. I'm going to make sure we have it. So the BMI issue has already been done. Moving the referrals from 6 months to 1 year on over 30 new classifications from cardiology to orthopedics means that once you get a referral, that you don't have to come back for a year. They don't have to come back and ask. And we're also looking at that secondary time as well, so you can get the continuity of your care without having to worry about, do I have to go back to the VA? No, the community care doctor is going to take care of you, and we're going to already put that into place for you as of right now. And then for many of you, and this is a big one for me, since I took office on February the 5th, we had a backlog of 260,000 plus disability backlog claims over 125 days. Unacceptable. We decided that we were going to get something done, and that's what we did. And so in the last 4.5 months, we've lowered that $260,000, I wish it was $260,000, that $260,000 number that I'm just going to keep right there, to just a little over 160,000. In 4.5 months, we've lowered that 100,000 disability claims that have been lingering for more than 125 days. Why? Because you deserve an answer, you deserve it quickly, and we're going to give it to you. Now, that may not mean much to some, but how many of you have ever been waiting on a claim? Right now. This is the thing that I want you to understand. We're doing stuff to make it easier for you. The VA is about you. It's about an organization that is focused on one thing, and that is veterans and veterans alone. We're pretty simple. Have you ever heard the job? You got one job? We got one job, man. We got to take care of veterans. That's it. So we're going to do it the very best we can. We're also going to be something that some of you this might make you uncomfortable. And I hope it does, because I hope it'll give you another perspective on life. I am a firm believer, as I've looked out over the VHA and I've looked out over VBA and I've looked at how you can access care and how you access your disability benefits. To me, it is a tragedy. And it is going to be fixed, because I'm working on it every day to see how we can do this. There is no veteran in this country should have to have help in getting the benefits that they've already earned. We make it far too complicated to get the benefits you earn. I'm ready for you to be able to get it simply, easily, and not have to beg or borrow or anything else, because our veterans should not have to beg for what they've already earned. This is not what we need to be about. And I know that's uncomfortable. So we go get help, we go get help. Why do I need help? Why should I have to go, Sheridan, get somebody to help me get what I've already earned? All my veterans in here, did you happen to do this number right here? Did you happen to raise your hand? And you volunteered, or you were told to go? And when you went, you went? Explain to me why you have to do anything else more complicated to get what you've already earned. I've already told Congress this, I'm telling the President this, and we're going to make it happen, because in the next 4 years, I want to make it as easy as possible to get what you've already earned, because that is just where we need to be. But also, I need your help as well. I need the VFW's help, because there's a couple of areas in my heart that are really important to me, and they're really important to you. And that is that we need to reach out to our veterans. Number one, I want you to look around. How many people that you know that are veterans that are not here right now? When you go back to your local post, go back to your local areas, how many of the veterans that you know in your community are not involved in anything? They're not involved, and they're out there on their own. And the reason I ask this question is because what happens is when you know and I come home from foreign war, or we come home from getting discharged, and we get alone, and we don't have our battle buddies beside us, we don't have our unit men beside us, we get lonely. And we get confused, and sometimes what's happening too often today is too many of our fellow team members are taking their own life. Death by suicide is way too high among our veterans. One is too many. 22, 30, 40, or even 17, or even one is way too many. But what we're doing right now and what I've looked at, and one of the biggest processes that I have right now is looking at how much we're spending at the VA to do prevention. And I tell you, it is one that I'm very frustrated with because we spend about $588 million in prevention of suicide, and yet it hasn't changed since 2008. That means we spent billions of dollars, and the number hasn't changed. This is one of the big areas I've asked why, because I do not believe if you're doing something the same thing the same way and there's lives at stake, we've got to do a better job at actually getting the word out. But I need your help as well. It can't be just the VA. It can't be somebody else. It's got to be you. It's got to be me. How many people do you know right now that need a phone call? How many people do you know right now that just need a text? How many somebody you need to know just have a cup of coffee? Somebody that just needs to be reached out. You've had them on your mind for a long time. I'm telling you, they're there on your mind not because you're thinking about them. They're there because I believe, my faith tells me that I believe that the Spirit is moving in you to call them. I need you to take ownership of those around you, and we'll help you any way we possibly can. But I'm here to tell you right now, I refuse to spend another dime the same old, same way and get the same results. Our veterans are too precious, our country is too proud, and we do not deserve to lose another veteran. Can I get somebody to stand up and say, no more, I'm willing to help? I'm willing to help. I'm willing to find somebody and tell them. I'm willing to tell them that they're loved, that they're cared for, that the VA is here, that the VFW is here, that we're all here. Our veterans deserve so much more. So no more. No more. My hope is you understand something. There might be just a little bit different about this weird secretary from Georgia who talks funny. And I love you too. You know, go Dogs. For those of us who, you know, and I'll just break out of character here for just a moment. For those of us who seem like we're trapped up here near the Ohio State University. Okay, I'm going to help you out. OH. Would y'all learn to spell? Okay. For those of us who just go Dogs. But you know, thank God I got them right here close. But you know, I'll tell you this. I'll give everybody else have their chance as well. But I will say this. I'm going to go back to where I started. There's a lot of things happening at the VA. Now, I will say this, because if you ever read my comments on my social media, by the way, I try to go everywhere. I've been places that the secretaries haven't gone, just in what I was just talking about suicide. I'm doing podcasts. I'm doing new media. I'm doing everything I can to get the word out that the VA is a place to help, or we'll find you a place to help. I want to make sure that nobody feels left out and left behind. Because at the end of the day, the VA is simply a service organization. That's all we are. We're a service organization that does some things to help veterans, like health care, like disability benefits, like cemetery services. So at the end of the day, I want you to expect more from us. But I also want you to know that as much as I would love to wave my wand and drop pixie dust all over the whole system, 450,000 people and 170 hospitals and all that you want to add on here, I can't change it overnight. We're making some good movement. And some of you are saying, well, I've heard it before and it hadn't changed for me. Give me a chance. I just started 6 months ago. I think we got a pretty good start. I'm not waiting on Congress. The president didn't say, by the way, when the president told me to take care of veterans, he didn't say wait on anybody. And if you happen to figure out who my boss is, he doesn't seem to wait around for many people either. And so when we're going to make this happen the best way we can, but only remember one thing. If you forgot anything else I say in this speech this morning, if you forgot anything else I tell you, then I want you to know one thing. At the VA, the veteran is going to be first. At the VA, we're going to do everything we can to make it easier for you to get the care that you need. We're going to make it easier for our employees to get the help they need and to hire the people they need and make sure that they can do what their job is, because I want them to be the absolute best. I want them to be proud of where they are, because I'm very proud of them. But at the end of the day, this is all about one thing. It's about veterans like us taking the time and the pride and the knowledge that we have and sharing it with each other and letting this country know that the greatest assets are sitting in this room and in places all over this country. And I refuse to let the VA be anything else except the organization that says thank you to our veterans. Because at this day and this time, our country needs to see heroes. And our heroes are the ones, not who run up and down sports fields, not the ones who sit up and make videos on YouTube. The heroes in the room are the ones who raise their hand and say, I do. God bless you. We'll see you later. I love my VA. I love it.